there's only 4 weeks left of the NFL season. It kinda sucks, man. It's almost over. There is 8 more weeks to go, technically, if you count the playoff weeks, so we're near the end of the football season. We're in the final stretch where the contenders separate themselves from the pretenders. But we're not here to talk about that today. Today we're going to talk about awards. And I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and all that stuff. Because I do think the Texans have some legitimate candidates for certain awards. And we'll start off with the MVP. MVP, we got no one on the team that's a legitimate candidate for this award. I know I've seen some people claim Deshaun Watson should be in the MVP conversation, but no. Just straight up, no. He's been good, don't get me wrong. But compare Deshaun Watson to what Drew Brees has been doing, to what Patrick Mahomes has been doing, come on, guys. That's just being biased. Deshaun Watson is not an MVP candidate. And to be fair, Deshaun Watson, these last 6 games, he hasn't even been crazy good. We haven't needed him to be crazy good besides that Miami game where he had 5 touchdowns. But Deshaun Watson, we've been using him as a game manager. We haven't needed Deshaun Watson to go out and throw the ball 40 times and have all these crazy numbers. We've been riding this win streak on our defense and our run game with Deshaun Watson just managing the game. And that's totally fine with me. We already know what Deshaun Watson can do when we need him to do it. There's really no point of having Deshaun Watson drop back 40, 50 times a game and have him get hit 12, 15 times a game, you know? So it's more about protecting Deshaun Watson and, just winning games. And I have no problem with Deshaun Watson being used as a game manager these past few games. And, being a game manager, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like Deshaun Watson is Alex Smith. No, he's not. We know what Deshaun can do. We know that if we need him to, we know what he can do to another team. So it's a non-issue. Deshaun Watson, not an MVP candidate. Defensive Player of the Year. J.J. Watt should be a candidate, but for some reason everybody has a hard-on for Khalil Mack, even though Khalil Mack hasn't really done much since the first month of the season. I think he's missed 2 games and has pretty much been non-existent in a few other games. Now, the guy that I do think is going to win Defensive Player of the Year is Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald has just been downright dominant all season. The guy is a beast. He's almost as good as what J.J. Watt was back from 2012 through 2015. That those years of dominance that Watt had. Aaron Donald is almost at that level. Will he reach that level? I don't know, but I do believe that Aaron Donald is the Defensive Player of the Year, and it's rather unfortunate because JJ, he's having a pretty good year too, but, it is what it is. Aaron Donald is the beast, and it is what it is, man. Next award that I think we should have a candidate for, but I don't think he actually is a candidate, which is absurd to me. It's Justin Reed, man. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Justin Reed should definitely be in consideration for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Do I think he'll win it? Honestly, probably not. As good as Justin Reed has been, Justin Reed, I tweeted it out yesterday. I 100% believe that Justin Reed is our best safety. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say Tyrann Mathieu, but come on. I think Justin Reed is better than Tyrann Mathieu. Tyrann Mathieu is that natural-born leader. He's a leader in the locker room, leader on the field. He brings that energy. But in terms of a player, actual impact on the field, I really do think Justin Reed is better than Tyrann Mathieu. I really 100% believe that, and I stand behind my opinion on that. And as good as Kareem has been, I'd still think Justin Reed is better. I honestly say Justin Reed is our best defensive back. The guy can ball, man. He is really, really good. And I think he should be in the conversations for Defensive Rookie of the Year, but he's not. Why? Well, 3 reasons I can think of. 1, he plays for the Texans. Texans don't usually get any publicity, national media really don't care about Houston. 2, he's a 3rd round pick. Usually 3rd round picks don't win these awards. It usually goes to a 1st rounder. And then 3, you got some pretty good other players, other rookies this year, man. You got Bradley Chubb from Denver, who has been absolutely great for them. You have Vander Esch from the Cowboys, who has also been pretty damn good, man. Vander Esch completely transformed that Cowboys defense. I will say Vander Esch made that Cowboys defense elite. I think he's better than Sean Lee. Vander Esch, he's just a really good player who I think will probably end up winning the Defensive Player of the Year award, because not only is he good, but he plays for the Cowboys, the team that always has a national spotlight on them, even though they don't really deserve it. But they kind of do right now. They did beat the Saints, and Vander Esch was a huge reason why they were able to beat the Saints. And then you also got Derwin James from the Chargers. He's been also balling out as a safety. I think he's as good, if not even better, than Justin Reed. But I'll still take Justin Reed because he's wearing number 20, and Derwin James is wearing number 33. I think number 20 is a cool number. I know that's a pretty dumb reason, but whatever. Justin Reed was a 1st round pick, or was regarded as a 1st round pick, early 2nd. So, they both had 1st round grades. It's just that Derwin James was rated as the highest safety in the draft. So, obviously, coming into the season, he was already regarded as one of the better players, or one of the players to look out for. And then, of course, the Chargers are good too, and they're from LA, so they're getting more national spotlight. That's just how it is. What teams get more national spotlight? The Texans hardly ever do. They don't really care about us, honestly. But yeah, it's really unfortunate that Justin Reed isn't even in the talks for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Nobody ever mentions him. But, it is what it is. It sucks, but yeah. Now, the one award that I do think a Texan should 100% win, depending on how the season ends out, these last 4 games, that's Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien, as of right now, if the season were to end today, or if the Texans would finish 13-3 or 12-4, now hopefully, knock on wood, I think Bill O'Brien is the Coach of the Year this year. Usually Coach of the Year doesn't just go to the team with the better record, the coach of the team with the better record, or with the best record. It goes usually to the coach of a team that had a huge turnaround. And to me, that's one of 2 teams. The Bears or the Texans. All the other teams, you got the Saints, yeah, but the Saints were good last year. You had the Rams. Yeah, the Rams were good last year too, though, Of course, you got the Patriots every single year, but the Patriots are good every single year, So, and then you have Andy Reid, but the Chiefs were good last year. So to me, it's between Matt Nagy and Bill O'Brien. Those are your 2 Coach of the Year candidates. When you consider everything, the Texans starting 0-3. Now they're 9-3. 9 wins in a row. He didn't lose the locker room. The Texans are in prime position to get a first round bye. They're now one of the better teams in the AFC. They're playoff bound. Now, if the Texans finish 12-4 or 13-3, I think Bill O'Brien should 100% win the award, because going from 4-12 last year to whatever our record's going to be this year, hopefully 13-3, 12-4, hopefully, I'm hoping. Going from that to where we're going to be at the end of this season, that's a huge turnaround, man, especially when you consider the 0-3 start. I think O'Brien is definitely Coach of the Year, or a Coach of the Year candidate. And I know some of you guys are going to say, well, last year the Texans were completely injured. But see, the thing is, the national media don't care about that. They really don't. They don't care that the Texans were hurt last year. Fans don't care that the Texans were hurt last year. I mean, we saw it last year with Tennessee and Jacksonville when they beat us late in the season, where our whole team was literally on IR. They didn't care. Like, it doesn't matter. They're still NFL players. They should perform good. But, I mean, you can't perform good when your whole team's hurt. And the national media pays no attention to that. They just see their record. Oh, this team was 4-12 last year, and now they're 13-3. That's a huge turnaround. Bill O'Brien's Coach of the Year. Now, I haven't really seen any of the, actual national media candidates who they are, nominating to be in the running for Coach of the Year. But if it were up to me, it's one of two people. Matt Nagy from Chicago, Bill O'Brien from the Texans, and I think Bill O'Brien should win Coach of the Year. Now for the last one, and this one really, really, really sucks, man. Comeback Player of the Year. Obviously, we've got JJ. I know some people are going to throw out Deshaun, but Deshaun he's not in the running. Why? Because he was a rookie last year, so he's not really coming back to anything, because the season before last season, he was in college. So, people or players that were rookies the previous year when they got injured, they're not candidates. So, it's about JJ. JJ's having a good season, and any other year, JJ Watt would have been Comeback Player of the Year. But we got Andrew Luck this year. Andrew's been balling out, man. And Andrew Luck plays for a divisional rival. It sucks because Andrew Luck's a hard person to hate, He's a good guy. He's a good person, a good human being. And it's hard to hate him. So it really sucks that he plays for the Colts, because I want to hate him, but I just can't hate him. But Andrew Luck definitely deserves to be Comeback Player of the Year, man. Andrew Luck had what is considered a career-ending injury. An injury that quarterbacks just do not come back from. And Andrew Luck is having one hell of a season, man. And you got to consider, again, national media. Look, we were on an 8-game win streak. Nobody cares. Nobody cared, honestly. It sucks, but the national media don't care about us. It's just how it is, and it sucks. But the Colts were on a 5-game win streak, and they were the talk of the AFC South. They're like, oh man, the Colts this, the Colts that, the Colts this. The Colts are going to win the AFC South. Yes, there were some people that even thought the Colts were going to win the AFC South. People were even starting to talk up Andrew Luck as an MVP candidate. He's had a good season, yeah, don't get me wrong, but he's not an MVP candidate. But Comeback Player of the Year, man, that's 100% going to Andrew Luck. It sucks because I want JJ to win it, but what Luck came back from, it's just absurd, man. Like, this guy's career was considered over by Benny, and you could make the argument for JJ, but a back injury and a knee injury. The knee injury is easy to come back from. The back injury, he's 2 years removed from it, so he should be good. But he injured his throwing shoulder. A lot of people, including myself, thought Andrew Luck was done. Andrew Luck was not going to be the same guy, but he came back, was a little bit rusty the first 3-4 weeks, probably 3 weeks, because he tore us up in week 4. And Andrew Luck looks like Andrew Luck. He's the same Andrew Luck he was back then. And the fact that he's a quarterback, the fact that he plays for Indy, I think that's gonna make him the comeback player of the year. So, in conclusion, I think we have a chance at one award. A Houston Texans player, or not even a player, a coach. Bill O'Brien is the only person on this team that has a legitimate shot at an award. Everyone else, unfortunately, I don't think so. I don't think JJ wins comeback player of the year or defensive player of the year. And unfortunately, I don't think Justin Reed wins defensive rookie of the year. But that's just the way it is when you're a Houston Texan. It's kind of hard to get attention, our players to get attention. Unless you're JJ Watt, I guess. But yeah, it kind of sucks. But hopefully Bill O'Brien wins Coach of the Year, so at least we get something, you know. But yeah, anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your own opinions on who you guys think could win the award at the end of the season. And anyways, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the support, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.